Today, traffic hums along wide roads. Today, the roar of the railway train. Today, the soft purr of tires as youth pedals by. Today, a note that fills the sky as man flies onward. But what of yesterday? What of yesterday? Let us travel back into the past. In the days before yesterday, there were only narrow track-like roads, little frequented. The seas were even less disturbed by human progress, and birds alone inhabited the sky. In the days before yesterday, life moved but slowly when it moved at all. But time goes by and man moves on. With jingling harness, thudding hooves, and the rumble of wheels, the stagecoach rolls into the scene, waking a sleepy world to the possibilities of transport. Mankind gets a move on at last. York is brought within 4 days of London. The Holyhead coach, if it survives the ravines, gradients, and other hazards of wild Wales, makes its destination in 5 days hard going. Dover is only a long day's run from London, but there is always the risk of highwaymen on Blackheath or Shooter's Hill. But nevertheless, the coach rolls on, and mankind with it. Bestir, bestir yourselves, was the lively call of the coach horn. As the message went home, a new day dawned, a busy day indeed. No longer do coach passengers have to wait in chilly inns. Large and luxurious coaching stations now offer every comfort for both the inner and the outer man. Today, the old stagecoach has its modern counterpart, covering the country at about 4 times the speed, conveying 4 times as many passengers in infinitely more comfort and safety. But the motor coach and the city bus are comparative newcomers to the road. The clatter of hooves was heard in our streets long after the stagecoach had passed away, when the horse bus jolted the businessman up to the city in a more leisurely age. What a contrast is the modern bus which throngs our streets and is handled so skillfully. So much for progress on the road. Of the Iron Road, there's the same story to tell. As the first railways cautiously puff their way into the English scene, only the most outrageous optimist dares to prophesy that they will quickly vanquish the stagecoach. But with the advent of steam, the tempo of travel quickens. Railroads rapidly form a new network of transport, nationwide. Man takes to the steel highway. By rail, York is only 4¼ hours from London instead of 4 days. In 6½ hours, the Coronation Express can reach Glasgow, a steel arrow whistling its way across the land. Today, mankind thrives on speed. And so to the sea, back once again to those days before yesterday. The seafarer depends on the trade winds, and vast ocean tracts are uncharted, even unknown. Travel by sea is a slow and uncertain progress. The voyager may arrive this year, next year, sometime, or never. The first Atlantic crossing took over 70 days. 100 years ago, the passage still required 30 days. That was yesterday. Today, 3,000 people are carried in one boat from Southampton to New York in 4 days. And while they travel across the Atlantic, they have all the amenities that anyone can wish for. The modern liner is veritably a city afloat. But mastery of land and water is not enough. There is the challenge of the sky. Flight at first is a hazardous adventure, but one by one its difficulties are overcome. And now in the air, the fastest of all modes of transit is rapidly developing. New possibilities sweep the skies. The wings of the mechanical age spread over the whole world. But for most of us, the highway is our way. Road travel has come into its own again, thanks to those early pioneers whose primitive machines were the forerunners of the bicycle of today. Nowadays, the cycle is perhaps the most popular of all means of independent travel. It's estimated that the number of machines at present in service in Great Britain is over 8 million. While independent travel has progressed so smoothly, family travel has likewise advanced. At first, 4 miles an hour was the maximum permitted by law, and even this speed was sometimes achieved if the red flag man could stand the pace. The early motor car may be defined as a speculation in mechanics, and is no joke, or a great joke, according to your point of view. Nevertheless, it steadily gains in popularity, and the restriction of the red flag is removed. Soon, all the quality discover that a car is the correct thing in which to make the day's calls. The crazy contraptions of those early days give way to more stable and dependable vehicles, capable of sustained performance with a nice turn of speed and some degree of comfort. Real motoring has at last begun. But as time goes by, there arrives something even better, the car of today. Sleek in line, smooth and silent in performance, fully up to its work in every detail of design. From being a thing of uncertainty and a questionable proposition, the motor car has become the trusty servant of mankind the world over. Yesterday, to buy a car was something of a speculation. But today, you invest in an Austin.